Today I'm sharing up-to-date YouTube SEO strategies to help your educational channel rank better in the search engines. Hey, it's Auret here with Essetinomedia, and I specialize in helping educational channels rank better. I've taught YouTube SEO for many years now, and this is the main strategy that we use to grow our channel, which is, I believe now, at the time of filming this video, is around 58,000 subscribers. These strategies that you're about to learn are not just working for our channel, but they've worked for many of our students as well. So this is going to be a complete YouTube SEO guide for 2024 because I want you to first really understand how YouTube's search algorithm works, and then we'll go into 4 steps that you can do on your videos to rank better. When you rank better in the search engines, you get more impressions from YouTube's algorithm and you get more views on your videos. And the whole outcome here is to get people back to, whether it's your website or to grow your audience, expand your impact, more revenue. So let's get started. Just to quickly show you, I'm just in my dashboard right now. In the last year, 365 days, we've received close to 50%, almost 50% of the traffic, the views that we received on our channel have come from YouTube's search. It says here 38%, around 38% comes from external, which if you click into it, the majority of the external traffic is actually more search engines, Google search, Yahoo search, the majority of it being Google search. And if I just, this is the last year is pretty indicative of what's been happening too, but let's just go back to the last 90 days, let's say. So the last 90 days, over 56% of the views to our channel have again come from search, around 27% from external. You can see these lines here. So the top one is search, views from search. The bottom is views from external. And then these ones on the bottom are suggested videos, browse. And by the way, those each have their own algorithm. What we're specifically talking about is optimizing for search here. And again, going into external, we see that the majority, 75% of that traffic is also Google search. So this is huge. I mean, out of all of the, the views that we received in the last 90 days, which is 104,000 views, or actually let's go back here. Total is 392,000 views. All of those views have been received within the last 90 days, and a good majority of them, I would say about 70 or more than 70% have come from the search. And this is the power of search. You're not relying on your subscribers to give you views. You're not relying on getting views from your latest video upload. Every single video that you optimize for search, if it's an evergreen topic, so meaning it's not on something, that's trending or that has died out or it's not relevant anymore, but if it's an evergreen topic, people can still find your videos for years down the road. And we still get comments to this day on some of our videos from like 2016, 2017, which is wild. In this way, your videos truly live on in the search engines. First, how does YouTube's search algorithm work? There are so many factors at play when it comes to optimizing your videos for the search engines, but ultimately what you're trying to do when you are doing that is you're helping YouTube's algorithm serve the right videos to the right viewers, the viewers who are actually looking for those videos. The more that you can help YouTube's game of matching the right video to the right viewer, the more you're going to be able to win. And by optimizing your videos to rank higher in the search engines, you're also at the same time optimizing your videos to rank in Google's search engine, which is awesome because Google and YouTube are the biggest search engines on the planet, right? And this is why this strategy, optimizing for search, works really well, especially for educational channels. Because when you understand how to optimize for search and you're showing up on the first pages of YouTube and Google, you're able to get more impressions, which leads to more views, which could lead to more subscribers, more watch time, and all of those other metrics that will positively impact your channel and your business. Now, it's not just a straight up, let's title it properly and we'll rank higher in the search. YouTube's algorithm uses many different variables and factors to indicate, or to figure out rather, whether this video is relevant for this viewer. So it looks at things like search query, it looks at things like how long your video is, the browse history or the viewing history of the user who's searching for that topic. It looks at your, of course, description, title, all the metadata on your video. It looks at the watch time of your video from past viewers of that video, engagement metrics, all this kind of stuff factors in. And so I know this may seem overwhelming. You're like, how am I supposed to optimize for all these variables? And the good thing is you don't. You just need to focus on a few key metrics to start the initial process of helping YouTube match your video to a potential viewer, and then you're gonna let YouTube do the rest. So let's dive into the actual steps that you can take and SEO strategies, SEO tips that you can implement on your videos. And this chart that I have in front of me is from a high level looking at what you're going to do. This chart is actually taken from our course, The Profitable Channel, which talks all about, goes deep into content strategy, getting traffic, building a publishing schedule, all that kind of stuff to output more revenue, more building authority, more audience growth, etc. What we're going to do is narrow in on each of these pillars, because this is truly the framework that we teach to getting better results on YouTube. Let's look at the first one right here, which is all about creating profitable content. And all that means is being strategic with your videos, being strategic with what types of videos you're going to create. So the first step in YouTube SEO that you can take is in the planning stage of your videos. And in this stage, you want to find video topics that are highly searched, but there isn't that much competition for them. And yes, there are still topics that don't have much competition. If you are wanting to talk about a topic that does have a wild amount of competition out there, and there's lots of other great videos on that topic, then you want to think of how you can come at that topic from a different angle, maybe cater it to a specific demographic, a specific type of person, or do the longest video on that topic or the shortest video on that topic. So how do you find out if a topic is highly searched and there's less competition on that? Well, we like to use a tool called TubeBuddy, and I'll link to that tool down in the description below if you want to check it out and receive a discount on the first plan. So how do you find those topics that are highly searched but not that much competition, or the competition might be a lot but it might not be as strong for that search topic? We use a tool called TubeBuddy, and you can see here it's already installed on the channel. I have other videos on this channel about what TubeBuddy is and how we use it. I'll link to some of those in the description below, and I'll also link to the TubeBuddy tool itself so you can check it out. Now, essentially what I do is I just click on this TubeBuddy tool. I'll go to the keyword explorer, whatever topics I have in mind. Let's say I have this idea to do this YouTube SEO video, right? So I start typing YouTube SEO, and essentially what the keyword explorer will help me do is identify whether or not this is a good keyword to rank for. Now you can see here there's just so much competition on this. There's over 24 million videos in the search results, and it's telling me flat out this is a poor keyword phrase to rank for. Okay, well this seems to be way too broad. So what if we narrow it down a little bit more to how to do YouTube SEO? Let's just try that. And so it's going to assess out of all the videos that are ranked or optimized around this particular phrase, is this a good phrase to rank for? And you can see here the score has already improved into the yellow. We have fewer videos in the search results and about over 1,000 searches per month for this topic. So essentially what I'll do, this is the planning stage of YouTube SEO, right? What I'll do is I'll come in here with my topics. I'll spend a little bit of time researching. This is doing the keyword research, which is a very important step in the beginning. You want to do this research because otherwise you're putting all this effort into creating videos that may or may not do well. I mean, it really depends on the content. It's not just based on this SEO, but if you're really focused on getting your videos rank, you want to do this keyword research first. And once you find a great score, like you see here, I've just catered it specifically to the fact that I'm showing you how to do YouTube SEO in 2024. Now, this is a keyword that we can rank our entire video around. And again, if you want to learn better, like how to read the score analysis, what is giving the score, etc., I'll link to some other videos in the description. And again, if you want to truly understand what is going on here, how do you properly read the score analysis, how is it outputting the score, etc., that could be an entirely different course. In fact, it actually is in our Profitable Channel course, which I've linked to in the description below. Once you've found you've done the keyword research, this is the first step, the planning stage, we can move on to the next stage, which is creating your video. So what you want to do when you create the video around that topic, what you want to aim for that will help the search algorithm get better results for you is to focus on retention in the video. So what can you do in your video to keep engagement? What can you do in the video to make sure that people are watching for as long as possible on that video? YouTube, their main goal is they want to optimize watch time. So the longer that they can keep people on this platform watching hours and hours of content, that's what they want most. And the YouTube creators that help them achieve that goal, they're going to reward by giving them more visibility through the algorithm. This is where the quality of your content comes into play. This is why it's so important to not be, clickbaity. When you're having a title, someone clicks into it and what you're saying doesn't really provide what they clicked on the video for. Those are things that you can lose the viewer. You want to really give people what they came there for and give it to them in a way where it's engaging and there's no fluff. It goes straight to the point. Aim for high retention, optimize for watch time, because that's a true indication to YouTube to serve up your video to more of those people who are spending time watching your video, thereby increasing that positive feedback loop. Some of the things that we like to do on this channel to optimize watch time is, like I said, get straight to the point right from the beginning. We don't have a long-winded introduction for like 5 minutes before we actually get into the topic of the video. And there's a place in your dashboard where you can also take a look to see whether your intros, you're actually losing people or you're keeping attention. You can do this by going into the analytics section of your dashboard, content, and when you click on videos, you can view depending on what types of content you release. But if you click on videos, you can see here key moments for audience retention. You want to take a look at your videos that have above typical intros, meaning there isn't a crazy decrease. For the most part, you will see a bit of a drop in the beginning because people in that moment are deciding whether or not your video is for them. But relatively to some of the other videos on your channel, and you're always being in competition with yourself. So don't compare across, your videos to my videos. You want to compare your videos to your videos. So this is a great place to do that because it will show you your videos that did really well for retention in the beginning and videos that didn't do very well. So you could see here below typical intro, above typical intro. So you want to come here and watch. I'm going to click on here and then watch the first few seconds. Create content and brainstorm faster using Google Docs. And just play those first few seconds. You see where it's highlighted it here for you? Watch a bunch of these above typical, then watch a bunch of these below typical and see if you can notice any sort of patterns. Is it because, you're getting straight to the point? Are you saying something specific like a benefit that is attracting people, that is keeping them engaged longer? Maybe you are introducing yourself and it's taking way too long and that's what you're seeing mostly in the below typical intros, or you're not saying exactly what they want to hear when they first click on that video. Really analyze this because from that you can pull information that you can use to improve the watch time and retention on your videos, which will help you for search engine optimization. All right, so we talked about the planning piece, we talked about the create piece, we're going to talk about the traffic piece. And I'll come back and explain this consistent piece later, but we're going to skip this, come back to the traffic piece. Now, what actually gets traffic to the videos, this is where we can start to talk about the metadata on your video. And the metadata is all of the information related to your video when you upload it. So that is the upload date, the title, the description, the tags, the recording location, all of that stuff, what you're saying in the video, all of that is metadata that the YouTube algorithm looks at when deciding whether or not to rank that particular video in the search engines when someone's typing something similar. And so remember that keyword research that we did in the beginning? You now want to use that keyword phrase that you've found would be good to optimize your video around. Use it in the title, use it in the description, say it in the video. All of this will help YouTube hammer in the fact that, hey, this video is about this topic. So when someone types it into the search engine, bring it up for me. Hopefully it'll be a great match to the person who's searching for that particular video. Now, I want to point out that, ranking in the search is not a one and done. Just because you have figured out a great phrase and you've optimized your video around that particular phrase doesn't mean that you're going to rank on the first page for everybody who is browsing that particular search, because YouTube's algorithm is not black and white. There's so many nuances to it. The search results that I see when I type in that phrase may be completely different from the search results that you see when you type in that same phrase. And this is because YouTube uses my past browse history, like the other videos that I've watched. It's really studied my viewing patterns and what I particularly have liked or commented on and all of these things to serve up a batch of search results that it feels would suit me better than you, let's say, for example. So I want you to know that optimizing your video around this particular phrase, it's giving YouTube the opportunity to find your particular audience for that video. And these rankings can completely change every single time as well, day to day, moment to moment. But what we're doing is, again, focusing on the key few metrics, all of these things in the beginning to play YouTube's game, and you're essentially giving YouTube a volley for it to spike and really find who would be the best person to show this video to. Now, I just want to briefly mention about tags as well. Tags aren't that important anymore when it comes to ranking. In fact, YouTube even says this in the dashboard, is that it's very minimal when it comes to ranking in the search, but tags can be helpful from a standpoint of, let's say you're interviewing someone and you want to put in their name as a tag, or you're talking about a particular brand. Whenever it's like names or something that YouTube would not necessarily be able to pull from the video itself, like a name, like a brand name, then these would be good tags to include. Like, for example, we optimized a video for a client who talks about thought leadership and specifically TEDx, helping TEDx speakers. So we put TEDx as one of the tags. It's a name. We put her name in there as well as one of the tags in case people are searching for her. However, we also put a few other related tags. So of course we used the keyword that we optimized around, we put that as one of the tags, and a few other related ones. So for example, with this video, we optimized it around how to do YouTube SEO 2024. Well, we might also type in as a tag YouTube SEO tips or YouTube SEO strategies. I'll probably put TubeBuddy in there as a tag too, since we talked about that. So it's really just from a supporting standpoint and plays a minimal role, but it still helps because, again, it's a piece of metadata. Now, when you're doing this, you're doing the keyword research in the planning stage, you're optimizing the retention, watch retention in the creation stage. You are giving YouTube the metadata that it needs in the traffic stage when you're uploading the video, putting in the title, tags, description, speaking it in the video. You're checking all the boxes for YouTube SEO. And this is where the consistency piece comes into play, because when you're doing that over and over again, you want to stay consistent with doing this over and over again, creating profitable content, being strategic in the planning stages, creation stages, optimizing the traffic, staying consistent. This becomes the system for which you're going to get more eyes to your videos. Now, your videos need to be good content. I have to say that because You can't just do the keyword research and the titles and everything, and the video isn't exactly what the person wants. Because remember, YouTube also watches engagement on the video. So if people aren't doing the watch time, they aren't liking, they aren't commenting, they're leaving right away, YouTube will try to serve this video to other audiences to see if it's a good fit for them. But if it's not a good fit for a lot of them, eventually it will stop trying on that video and it will just try with the next one that you release, right? So you want to keep doing this over and over again, paying attention to what works and doing more of those videos as well. This is why you're seeing that in order to actually even see the traffic and start to see those views come in, you have to go through this experimental process of creating videos consistently to see what works. So if you haven't created your first videos on your YouTube channel, that's your first goal. That's what you should be doing. You should be focusing entirely on the planning stages and creating videos and doing that consistently over and over again to see what works in terms of getting you traffic through this YouTube SEO method. Because to create 1 or 2 or 3 pieces or less than 100 even videos expecting to get traffic, it's not going to work. YouTube is a long-term game. It's not a quick hit, quick fix, especially with optimizing and going after this particular search algorithm. But once you've honed it in, this can continue to feed you for years and years to come, just like it has with our YouTube channel and like it has for our students. And if you want some extra help, we offer a few different ways. We can do an audit on your YouTube channel to really dive into your analytics and see what you're doing right, what you can do more of, do less of, and how you can really improve your channel's growth in the next few months. Or if you're more of a DIY person, you can head down to the description. Go check out our Profitable Channel course. We dive deep into content strategies, step by step, what you need to do to create the right kinds of videos in your topic, in your area of expertise, what you need to do to stay consistent, our system, which has really allowed us to batch our content for weeks in advance at times, what we need to do to get more traffic to our videos, through the YouTube SEO search method. We have a full checklist, a description template, all that good stuff. We have a support group, and we also have a section entirely around optimizing revenue, which is what we specialize in with channels. We're optimizing our channels for revenue, not to become a viral influencer with 1 million views. So if that's your goal, you share that same goal. Again, the link is in the description below. Hit the thumbs up if you found this video helpful, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.